Are you concerned about your future at all? Or have you ever been asked the question, what do you want to do when you grow up? If this is you, congratulations. You are a normal student journeying through a maze most commonly referred to as high school. While you are years away from pursuing your full-time career, the intermediary step, referred to as college, will bring you a great deal of emotions. University admissions has always been a great concern for high school students all over the world, and the details of what it takes to get into your school of choice has always been a topic of discussion. When it comes to your qualifications, as an applicant, you are graded on three criteria: your GPA, extracurricular activities, and standardized tests. Your GPA is a strong indicator of what type of student you are because it reflects how diligently you studied. Your extracurricular activities also reflect how active you were in your endeavors. However, where do the standardized tests fit in? Are they truly objective and unbiased? Tests like the SAT and ACT are often only one day and subjective at best in measuring a candidate's potential aptitude. Even though standardized tests are meant to compare test takers in an objective manner, they are criticized in a variety of factors. For one, many standardized tests are criticized for their lack of objectivity. For students, many mixed emotions are associated with standardized testing: fear of failing the assessment, anxiety before tests that could potentially affect the score, anxiety and fear associated with one test potentially determining all of your future plans. With all of these negatively impacting factors, I strongly believe that standardized tests should be discarded because they do not truly measure a person's aptitude or ability to succeed in college. Standardized tests like the SAT and ACT are often criticized because of their partisanship. Private corporations like the College Board administer a large percentage of these tests, and their goals extend beyond objectively determining the aptitude of students. The College Board has a monopoly in the standardized test market because if you want to get into a decent college, students must take the SAT, ACT, and also AP exams. The standardized tests are only objective in the matters of grading. So standardized tests only measure isolated skills, specific facts and function, content knowledge, and minimizing the overall significance of cumulative learning. The teacher's creative freedom in the classroom has also been restricted, as they are pressured to make sure that their students' scores are so high that the school can appear accountable and receive more funding. This can also slant the material that they are forced to cover to better prepare students for tests rather than strictly focusing on the knowledge aspect of learning. This can also impact the teacher's salary for the following year, so there's a lot of personal ramifications involved. If teachers are trying to balance state-administered content in the classroom as well as standardized testing content, classrooms are much more susceptible to overexposure and underexposure. There will undoubtedly be rushed lessons and overpacked curriculum for students, adding to the already high stressors that they face on a daily basis. Knowledge is a dynamic bridge that connects a mind to untapped potential. It is never solely a series of yes and no answers administered in one day of your life that reflects your ability to succeed at the next level of education. If standardized testing were abolished, it would free up a student's ability to learn the importance of other aspects of education. Robert J. Sternberg, a prominent figure in the research of human intelligence, devised a theory that defined human intelligence as, quote, a mental activity directed towards purposive adaptation to, selection and shaping of real-world environments relevant to one's life, unquote. His theory comprises of three parts: componential, experiential, and practical. Each component of analytical, practical, and creative focus are equally important in determining the level of one's knowledge not one day event for a couple of hours that will determine a student's aptitude. According to some colleges, they're currently shifting more of their focus away from standardized testing towards personality-related tests to determine a student's ability to succeed. Well, teachers also spend a large quantity of time with students and have a greater understanding of a student's aptitude compared to perhaps a one-day administered test. Placing a higher emphasis on teacher recommendations would be a good way of determining a student's ability to succeed. Shifts also in cultural standards and knowledge are evolving, and as a response, our views in academic progress of students should evolve as well. So with standardized testing out of the picture, we can focus on alternative forms of assessments, which would focus on multiple measures. One such measure would be sampling, in which sampling is a simple approach that they're still administering tests, however, much fewer and in a safe, random environment that is much more reflective of a student's knowledge. Also, instead of testing at a rate which subjects students to stressed environments, we can also administer forms of social and emotional skill surveys. Research shows that at least half of long-term chances of perseverance, of success, are determined by non-academic qualities like grit, perseverance, and curiosity. Also, we can assess a student's aptitude through performance or portfolio-based assessments that include projects, individual and group presentations, reports and papers, and portfolios of work collected over time. So this will ensure that a third party can subjectively view how a student responds to adversity, but also how creative they are in their dealing with obstacles. So, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope that I changed some of your opinions about standardized tests. Yes, they are meant to offer a school a reflection of your aptitude as a student. However, placing high emphasis on a standardized test is not the best way to evaluate students comprehensively. The standardized tests do not measure anything useful in determining whether a student will do well in college or not. Therefore, I believe that standardized tests should be eliminated from college applications. Thank you for listening.